Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. Louis' spirit and sound transformed every space he played in. He was a force of nature and a true original. Those words, shared by his longtime collaborators, perfectly capture the energy Moholo-Moholo brought to music and to life. At the age of 85, Louis passed away peacefully, leaving behind a rhythm that shaped generations. Born in Cape Town, he began his journey as a self-taught drummer. His instrument became more than just drums. It was his voice, his protest, and his celebration. With the Blue Notes, Louis helped push back against apartheid through groundbreaking music. The group's interracial lineup defied the rules of the time and brought South African jazz to new heights, even after they went into exile. Their sound, raw and full of spirit, shook the stages of Europe and beyond. Louis eventually made London home, becoming a pillar in both South African and British jazz circles. He built bridges between cultures, genres, and generations. Whether playing with Chris McGregor's Brotherhood of Breath or leading Viva La Black, he kept the sound of freedom alive. Louis didn't just play music, he inspired it, mentored it, lived it. His recordings, like Spirits Rejoice, still vibrate with the soul of a man driven by both fire and compassion. He brought his drumsticks to performances with global legends, Steve Lacy, Evan Parker, Archie Shepp, and every time his sound stood tall beside theirs. Despite his fame, Louis remained grounded, always encouraging young musicians, always ready to share the spotlight. News of his passing triggered a wave of tributes from across the world. Fellow artists called him a legend who changed the face of jazz. Fans remembered how his passion lit up every venue he touched. Louis died peacefully, his spirit as bold as the rhythms he gave to the world. He is survived by loved ones who today share his silence, and by a world of music that will never forget his sound. His drums may have quieted, but the echoes are everlasting. Tributes to Moholo-Moholo. Number 6. The world didn't change, Louise Fisher once said, until someone sat down and wrote something that made us see it differently. Terry believed in the power of storytelling, stories that could challenge, enlighten, and move. With a pen sharper than any courtroom argument, she turned real-life law into riveting drama. Audiences felt that impact each time they tuned in to one of her shows. Passing away at the age of 79, Terry died peacefully in Laguna Hills, California, after a brief illness. Her loss is deeply felt across the entertainment world and beyond. Fisher's journey was a remarkable one. Beginning her professional life in the world of law, she earned a degree from UCLA School of Law and served as a trial attorney before transitioning to entertainment law. But her true calling was found in writing. She began her television career in the early 1980s, writing for groundbreaking series like Cagney and Lacey. Her deep legal insight and storytelling instincts set her apart. The defining milestone came when she co-created LA Law with Stephen Bochco. The series, full of sharp dialogue, rich characters, and timely plotlines, became a cultural icon. It helped redefine legal dramas for a new generation and brought real-world issues into millions of homes. Throughout her 2-decade career, Terry won 3 Primetime Emmy Awards and received 7 nominations. Her work on shows such as Hooperman and 2000 Malibu Road, along with several made-for-TV movies, further showcased her range and vision. She also authored 2 novels, blending her wit and sharp perspective with compelling characters. Known as a mentor to many, TodaY was respected not just for her talent, but for her generosity. She opened doors for others, particularly aspiring female writers trying to find their voice in a male-dominated industry. Fellow producer Kelly Shannon once said, "TodaY didn't just write strong female characters, she made sure we had strong female voices in the writers' rooms too." She is survived by her loved ones, who continue to honor her memory privately. Though she's no longer with us, Louise Fisher's influence will endure every time smart, character-driven drama finds its way to the screen. Tributes to Louise Fisher. Number 5. Warm-hearted, dignified, and endlessly gracious, Clifton Jones left a lasting impression on everyone he met. On screen, he brought calm intelligence to each role. Off-screen, his kindness and quiet strength set him apart. A man of great presence, he inspired many without ever demanding the spotlight. Clifton carved out a unique path in British television and film, blazing trails for others to follow. Born in Jamaica and moving to the UK at a young age, he stepped into acting at a time when opportunities were scarce for black performers. He didn't just break barriers, he built bridges. Audiences best remember him as David Cano, the serene and brilliant computer expert on the beloved sci-fi series Space 1999. With quiet confidence, he brought depth to a futuristic role during a time when people of color were rarely seen in science fiction. Before that, he made history on British television with roles in Emergency Ward 10, and a string of appearances in series like Z-Cars, The Persuaders, and The Professionals. His voice, too, made an impact, especially as Blackedge in the animated classic Watership Down. Clifton worked steadily from the late 1950s into the mid-1990s, building a legacy of steady, meaningful performances and representing excellence on stage and screen. His work wasn't only about fame, it was about showing that everyone deserves a place in the story. Colleagues often describe him as professional, caring, and deeply thoughtful. He brought grace to every scene, one former co-star noted. Clifton had the rare ability to uplift others just by being there. He passed away peacefully at the age of 86 after a brief illness. Though he kept a low profile in recent years, those who knew and admired him never forgot his contributions. Clifton Jones lit the way for future generations with quiet dignity and unshakable spirit. His work still speaks, and his legacy still matters. Tributes to Clifton Jones. Number 4. It's not just about being seen. It's about being understood. These words, often echoed by those who knew Pik-Sen Lim, speak volumes about the legacy she leaves behind. A quiet trailblazer, she gave voice and visibility to characters rarely seen on British screens, and did so with heart, humor, and unmatched grace. Born in Penang, Malaysia, Pik-Sen Lim began her remarkable acting journey after moving to the UK at just 17 to study drama. That bold step led to a powerful career that spanned over 6 decades. She made television history in the 1960s, becoming the first Chinese nurse to appear on British TV in Emergency Ward 10. But it was her unforgettable role as Chung Soo Lee in the sitcom Mind Your Language that truly made her a household name. From 1977 to 1986, her comic timing, warmth, and authenticity charmed audiences, and made her one of the most recognized Chinese faces on British television. Pik-Sen's career wasn't confined to comedy. She showed striking range with roles in Doctor Who, The Professionals, and General Hospital. In cinema, she appeared in Johnny English Reborn, acting alongside Rowan Atkinson, among others. Her contributions extended beyond the screen. With courage and determination, she broke stereotypes at a time when few opportunities were given to Asian performers. She opened doors that many would later walk through. Colleagues remembered Lim for her kindness, professionalism, and calm strength. Though private by nature, she made a public impact that will resonate for generations. Pik-Sen Lim passed away peacefully on June 9, 2025 at the age of 80. The cause was not disclosed, but her passing has stirred an outpouring of love from around the world. She is survived by her daughter, actress Sarah Houghton. Her husband, the writer Don Houghton, passed away in 1991. Lim dedicated her life to her craft, and in doing so, carved out a legacy far beyond accolades or titles. She helped tell stories that mattered, stories that helped others feel seen, heard, and valued. Tributes to Pik-Sen Lim. Number 3. The gold standard for local news, trusted, respected, and always kind. These words, shared by a longtime colleague, capture who Charlie Gaddy truly was. Charlie passed away peacefully at 93, leaving behind a legacy unmatched in North Carolina broadcast journalism. He was not just a face on the evening news. He was a comforting voice in living rooms across the state. For over 2 decades, Charlie anchored the evening newscasts at WRAL-TV in Raleigh, becoming a trusted companion to generations of viewers. His journey began in Roxborough and Biscoe, North Carolina. After graduating from Guilford College, he started his career at NBC in Washington, D.C., but his heart led him home. He found his voice on local radio at WPTF and later joined WRAL in 1970. Starting with a morning show named Good Morning Charlie, he quickly became the station's evening anchor. Viewers found more than just news when they watched Charlie. They found compassion, accuracy, and sincerity, qualities that earned him their trust. Alongside historic teams and through changing times, Charlie stayed steady. His voice guided audiences through daily events with warmth and integrity. His contributions reached far beyond the newsroom. Charlie supported numerous charitable causes, especially United Cerebral Palsy of North Carolina. In his honor, the Charlie Gaddy Center for Children now carries forward his commitment to service and inclusion. Among many accolades, Charlie was inducted into the Mid-South Emmy Silver Circle, celebrating both his professional excellence and his service to the community. Yet accolades only tell part of the story. His lasting impact lies in the countless lives he touched. Viewers, colleagues, and friends from all walks of life. The news of his passing from natural causes has sparked an outpouring of tributes, especially in the Raleigh community he so faithfully served. WRAL anchors and viewers alike have shared their memories, calling him gracious, steady, and unforgettable. Charlie Gaddy's life was a gift to broadcast journalism and to everyone who knew him or welcomed him into their homes through the screen. Tributes to Charlie Gaddy. Number 2, she walked into a scene and filled it with warmth, on screen and in life. These words, spoken by a fellow performer, capture the essence of Katerina Yioulaki, an actress whose presence radiated charm, intelligence, and heart. At 87, Katerina Yioulaki passed away peacefully, leaving behind decades of unforgettable performances and an unshakable bond with audiences across Greece. Born Katerina Yioulaki in Athens, she studied at the National Theatre of Greece Drama School and began her career in the late 1950s. From the early stages, she displayed a rare mix of stage discipline and screen magnetism. She became a familiar face through beloved TV series like Oikiris tis Avlis and Gia Mia Chufta Turistris. Her film roles in classics such as The Dodger showed her range, from comedy to compelling drama. Viewers connected not just to the characters she played, but also to the grace she brought to each role. Over 6 decades, Yioulaki proved herself not only as a gifted actress, but also as a generous mentor. She supported emerging talent and championed the arts in ways that often went unnoticed, but meant everything to those she quietly uplifted. Her colleagues admired her loyalty and work ethic. Her fans adored her sincerity and honesty on screen. Her family, friends, and students remember a woman with a sharp wit, kind heart, and boundless generosity. Following her passing, tributes have poured in. The Hellenic Actors Guild praised her as a guiding light who enriched Greek artistic heritage. She died following health complications, surrounded by loved ones. Her legacy, however, lives on wherever Greek stories are told, with warmth, humor, and humanity. Katerina Yioulaki's life was a celebration of art and the people it connects. She gave her voice to characters we laughed with, cried for, and never forgot. Though she is gone, her influence will echo on, through screens, stages, and the lives she touched. Tributes to Katerina Yioulaki. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Well folks, if you've ever caught yourself humming along to Good Vibrations or dreamed of endless summers by the beach, tonight's story is for you. Because at the 2025 Songwriters Hall of Fame induction gala in New York City, the legendary Mike Love of the Beach Boys was honored for a lifetime of music that made the world sing along. At 84 years young, Love accepted his prestigious award just a day after his cousin and bandmate Brian Wilson passed away at the age of 82. The Marriott Marquis Hotel was alive with emotion and nostalgia as actor and musician John Stamos, himself a huge fan and frequent collaborator, introduced Love with heartfelt words about the magic of the Beach Boys. Stamos even joined in, switching between guitar and drums as the group performed beloved hits like California Girls and I Get Around, reminding everyone in the room why these songs remain timeless. Mike Love described Brian Wilson as my first cousin by blood but brother in music, sharing how their partnership created some of the most unforgettable collaborations in pop music history. As he accepted the honor, Love said, "I do feel his presence," and spoke warmly about how music, art, and kindness can help heal the world. Alongside Love, other music legends were celebrated, including George Clinton and the Doobie Brothers, but the night truly belonged to the memory of Brian Wilson and the enduring spirit of the Beach Boys. As the crowd sang along and smiles filled the room, it was clear that the joy, love, and harmony they brought to generations will keep on shining, making sure their legacy is never forgotten. News 2. If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's the stories of people who have touched our lives. And today we're remembering Ananda Lewis, a trailblazing former MTV VJ who passed away at her Los Angeles home at age 52 after a courageous 6-year battle with breast cancer. Many older Americans will remember Ananda from her days hosting BET's Teen Summit, and later, iconic MTV shows like Total Request Live and The Hot Zone. She wasn't just a familiar face, she was a voice for her generation. As reported, Ananda's career skyrocketed in the late 90s and early 2000s, connecting with young audiences nationwide. She once shared in a heartfelt message how much she hoped to inspire others to take care of their health, a message that remains as important today as ever. Her final text message, revealed by loved ones, echoed her long-standing encouragement for self-awareness and perseverance. Ananda's warmth, authenticity, and dedication to her craft made her a role model far beyond the screen. Today, fans and friends remember her not only as a talented broadcaster, but as a compassionate advocate and inspiration. In the years ahead, her legacy will live on through the countless lives she touched and the positive change she championed. Ananda Lewis, this one's for you, and your light will continue to shine. News 3. Imagine a young soul who captured hearts with his infectious energy and passion for life. Joshua Blackedge, a 16-year-old rising star from Newport, North Carolina, left an indelible mark on those around him. He was a junior at West Carteret High School, where his love for wrestling, track, and the outdoors shone brightly. Joshua's zest for life was contagious, whether he was performing backflips, helping his mom with cooking, or simply enjoying time with friends by the water. As a social media personality, Joshua's enthusiasm and spirit inspired many. His love for cars and trucks, combined with his entertaining nature, made him a beloved figure in his community. Sadly, Joshua passed away on March 18, 2025 at his home. His legacy, however, will continue to uplift and inspire others. Joshua's family and friends remember him for his unwavering enthusiasm and love for life, which will forever be a source of comfort and inspiration to all who knew him. As we celebrate Joshua's life, we honor his memory by sharing in the joy and positivity he brought to so many. News 4. On a recent afternoon at the prestigious Guards Polo Club in England, friends, athletes, and community members witnessed a tragedy, and it's a story that reminds us of the unexpected moments life can bring. Sanjay Kapoor, a widely respected billionaire businessman and passionate polo player known for his close friendship with Prince William, passed away at the age of 53. The unexpected loss occurred when Kapoor collapsed during a polo match, reportedly after swallowing a bee, which led to a severe allergic reaction. Sanjay Kapoor, chairman of the global automotive parts company Sona Comstar, was admired not just for his business acumen but for his warmth and generosity. He was known to bring people together, famously hosting gatherings where everyone was welcomed as equals. Kapoor's legacy stretches from the boardroom to the polo field, where he often played alongside members of the royal family, sharing moments of laughter and joy. Kapoor was also the former husband of Bollywood actress Karisma Kapoor, and together they raised 2 children. Just hours before his passing, he shared heartfelt thoughts online for victims of another recent tragedy, showing his caring nature to the very end. Sanjay Kapoor will be remembered for his lively spirit, his kindness, and the positive impact he made in business and in life. In his community, among friends, and across industries, his sense of unity and generosity will continue to inspire. He leaves behind a legacy of friendship, achievement, and compassion, values we can all admire and carry forward. News 5. It's with heavy hearts that we share a touching update about Olivia Leedham, known to many as the former partner of Teen Mom alum David Eason. Olivia's 7-year-old daughter, Ila Price, recently passed away after experiencing a sudden medical emergency in the hospital. Despite being in and out of the emergency room with no diagnosis, Layla sadly suffered a seizure and passed away early on June 7th. Through this difficult time, Olivia, who was a devoted single mother to her son Caden and was raising Layla on her own, has been surrounded by tremendous support from friends, family, and her community. In honor of Layla's memory, loved ones have come together to help with final expenses and to support Olivia and Caden as they navigate this unimaginable loss. Layla is warmly remembered as a bright light who loved life and shared her joy with everyone around her, Today her family finds comfort in the love she gave and the memories she leaves behind. Let's keep Olivia Caden and all who loved Layla in our thoughts, and remember the powerful impact one little girl's joyful spirit can have on an entire community. News 6. Eliud Kipsang, a former University of Alabama track star, has left an indelible mark on the world of athletics. At just 28 years old, Eliud's life was cut short due to a sudden medical emergency involving cardiac arrest. This talented athlete, originally from Eldoret, Kenya, made a name for himself as a champion distance runner. During his time at Alabama, Eliud claimed top honors in the SEC, including being named the 2021 SEC Cross Country Runner of the Year. He also broke significant records in the 1,500 meters, setting a collegiate record that still stands today. His achievements didn't stop there. He was a key player in Alabama's SEC team cross-country title in 2022. Eliud's impact extended far beyond his impressive athletic career. He was a beloved teammate and a shining example of dedication and perseverance. After college, he pursued professional running, signing with Adidas Pro and later joining Tinman Elite. Though his life was tragically short, Eliud's legacy will live on through the countless lives he touched and inspired. His name will remain etched in the records of the University of Alabama and the NCAA, a testament to his remarkable talent and spirit. As we remember Eliud Kipsang, we celebrate not only his achievements, but also the enduring impact he had on those around him, ensuring his memory will be cherished for years to come. News 7. Scott Porter, best known for his role on Friday Night Lights and the hit series Ginny and Georgia, is opening up about a deeply personal journey with his wife, Kelsey Mayfield Porter. In 2014, Kelsey learned she carries the gene for Huntington's disease, a devastating neurological condition that gradually affects movement, memory, and mood. Despite this heavy diagnosis, Scott calls Kelsey his superwoman, admiring how she refuses to let this challenge define her life or identity. The couple's story began in 2013, shortly after they married, when Kelsey's mother was diagnosed with Huntington's disease. Soon after, Kelsey herself tested positive for the gene, knowing the symptoms may one day affect her. Scott describes how this news shifted their plans but also strengthened their bond and resolve to raise awareness about this incurable disease. Together, they used their platform to share hope and educate others, showing incredible resilience and love. Kelsey faces each day with courage, embracing her roles as a mother, wife, and friend, without letting the diagnosis hold her back. Scott supports her by standing beside her every step of the way, inspiring many with their story of strength and unity. They continue to advocate for Huntington's disease research and community support, reminding us all that a diagnosis doesn't dictate who we are. The Porter's journey is a powerful testament to love, hope, and fighting for a future where a cure is possible, a legacy that will undoubtedly inspire families everywhere. Number 1. His words were a beacon of hope and understanding for generations. Mamerto Menapace touched lives not just through what he taught, but how he lived. With a kind heart, a thoughtful soul, and a voice that comforted many, his work bridged the gap between complex theology and everyday life. He passed away peacefully at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy rooted in humility, compassion, and deep spiritual insight. Born in Malabrigo, Santa Fe, Mamerto embraced monastic life early on, becoming a Benedictine monk and Catholic priest. Over the next 50 years, he became one of Argentina's most cherished spiritual voices. Through books like Deus Sempresa, Sal da Tierra, and El Paso y la Espera, he shared reflections on faith, hope, and love. His storytelling was warm and grounded, making profound truths feel close and familiar. His works reached beyond national borders, translated and read in Brazil, Spain, and Italy. In the 1990s, he expanded his reach through television and radio, bringing thoughtful reflections to families across Latin America. Collaborations with beloved figures like Luis Landricina and René Favaloro made his message even more accessible, blending humor with wisdom, faith with everyday life. But beyond the page and screen, it was his character that truly moved people. Mamerto was soft-spoken, yet powerful, approachable, even as a scholar, generous, always. fellow clergy members often spoke of his quiet leadership and deep listening. One parish member shared, "When you needed peace, you'd find it in his words, or even just in his presence." His passing has left a deep void. Still, his voice remains, in his books, in his homilies, in the countless hearts he guided. Mamerto Menapace's teachings weren't about complex answers. They were about walking with simplicity, living with purpose, believing with gentleness. He is remembered by his religious community and all who found light in his words. Mamerto Menapace died from natural causes. While funeral details remain private, the impact he made is profoundly public. His life was a quiet revolution of grace and depth. His legacy continues to teach us how to live gently and believe deeply. Tributes to Mamerto Menapace. She's free, and in his heavenly arms. Lord rest her soul, said Ananda Lewis's sister Lakshmi Emery, a simple, heartfelt goodbye to a woman who touched countless lives. Ananda Lewis passed away at the age of 52 after a long and courageous battle with breast cancer.